Okay, so what I'm doing right now, it's still Sunday night. Tomorrow will be Monday morning. It'll be the start of week 3's program. So I'm just going over week 2 right now. I can fly. And basically, I have Mike failing on a couple sets. He failed on his bench press at 160 pounds right here. He did 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps, 4 reps, 3 reps. And then he failed on the last set of the overhead press. He only got 4 reps on the last set. So now, since he failed, he has to repeat 160 pounds on bench until he can do 5 sets of 5 reps. And he has to repeat 110 pounds on the overhead press until he can do 5 sets of 5 reps. I haven't failed on any of my lifts yet, but I mean, come on. Anyway, so I'm going here and I'm just making little notes. I'm changing some stuff. For example, for bench press on week 3. Let's see, where is it? Bench press week 3. Mike has to do, I have it at 175. He has to do 160 pounds. And then, so that means this is gonna be 165 pounds right here. And then on his overhead press, he was supposed to be going up 5 pounds to 115. We're changing that to 110, which means this is 115 here. And then last mistake here, this row should be 135, and this should be 140 here.
All right, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to be quiet because my parents are sleeping upstairs. But my mom, when she went to the grocery store, she could only get thin sliced of my Dave's Killer Bread. So they're smaller, which means they give me no special powers, they give me no nutrients. Name that movie.
I've never been here before. I don't know the score, but I never wanted you more than I do tonight. Escape with me. Will you escape with me? And we'll start brand new.
All right, so I just did my warm-up. I do like the same warm-up every single time before I lift, like what you saw on the bike, and just going up and up and up on squats or bench press or whatever I'm doing. I just go like the bar, 135, 185, and then I go into my weight. And then for this, I do the same warm-up that I always do, just running back and down on the 50-yard line, doing different types of dynamic movements and stretches that you've seen in one of my past videos. But today is Monday, so I'm doing a dribbling day, so I'm pretty excited for it. Dribbling days are one of my favorite days. And I'm also gonna do plyometrics at the end because my body's feeling great. I'm not sore at all. I don't have any tweaks like I did in the last 2 weeks because I just started this program, so I was getting like tighter and more sore, but I'm feeling really, really good. So I'm gonna add some plyometric drills at the very end of it. But anyway, let's just get straight into dribbling.
Okay, so I'm doing a voiceover about my training session today. I had a lot of different drills and did a lot of different stuff, so I think this is best. But I started off doing a zigzag cone weave with the right foot all the way through, and then I would come immediately into a straight line cone weave, all with the right foot. And I did 10 sets of this all the way through, stopping at the beginning, and then I would just take like a 10-second break and then restart. And then I did the same exact thing, all with the left foot again. But here's another set with the right, and as you see, I missed that last cone, and I did that purposely because I didn't think it was very smart to end way over there and then have to go immediately to the cone weave. So I just skipped that last cone for all of the exercises on this drill. But so yeah, here's the left foot, rounding the turns tight as possible, getting as many touches every step that I take with the left. I'm taking a touch on the ball, and I come through very, very quickly and sharply, weaving through the cones, explode out through the last cone, come back, and chop it at the line. And I just repeated 10 sets, both feet, 10 to 20-second rest between each one. So the next drill I did was a pretty cool one because I'm always on the line and I'm always attacking down the line or coming back up the line as a fullback.
And so what I wanted to do was work on having a defender like come at me at this first box. I would fake in or back down the line, cut in, go all the way down the line, stop at the second box, come back, do a little move at that cone, and then come back. So it's just working on my just 1v1 moves on the line, just escape moves, and just really just kind of getting comfortable being on the line, doing moves, just moving up and down. I didn't have any set course, but it really just was, let's just get out here and just do some moves. Let's just be natural, let it flow, be instinctual. So I just really just did whatever I felt like doing, and I'm just working on just improving my ball skills. Then I did, okay, now I'm going to cut in at the line every time. So now it's like if the defender is going to cut off the line, so I want to cut in and attack towards the middle now. So I'm just working on different types of cuts and just all about, I really like doing body feints because I think that's the most effective thing for me. Then here's just another angle down on this side where I'm like coming down, I get my angle cut off, I can't do a cross, so then I have to cut back up the line. Just different turns, just different stuff. It's just really kind of like freestyling it, just whatever I felt like.
Woo! That one's a killer.
So here's a great drill for myself, I think, because if you guys have watched my game highlights or game analysis videos, you have seen that I always like to cut into the field, take on like 1 or 2 guys, and then as I get pressure, I'm passing it off into the forward. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to improve at too. So I set up a little drill where it's like I cut down the line, I jab down the line here, I'm cutting in, another defender comes, so I have to do a quick jab into the center of the field, and then as I get to those 4 cones at the very bottom, that's the last defender that I have to pass before and then pass into my forward's feet. And I'm pretending like my forward is that lacrosse goal. So this is just a good drill I just really just made up at the spot just to work on, just something that I wanted to work on. I was just creative at it. So anyway, I did 6 reps of each time because I had 6 balls, and then I did 5 sets. So in total I did this drill 30 times, and I really liked it. The next drill I did was just a simple shuttle run. I just did this 1 set with the right foot and 1 set with the left. So I went 5 yards down, back, here's 10 yards and back, then I went 15 yards and back, and then after that I did 20 yards and back. So like I said, I just did 1 set with each foot because I was just really tired after this, and I had already been working for about an hour doing pretty intense dribbling drills. So I only did 1 set of each. So after the shuttle run, I went straight into the plyometric drill. So this is just a 5-yard burst from a 3-point stance, and I did 3 sets of this with pretty much no rest, just working on that first like 2 steps of explosive movement. Then after 3 sets, I went to 12 reps of explosive jumping lunges. And I love this one. I think this works so good if you want to get faster because, I mean, you do 12 reps of this and your legs are killing you. And it's just all that explosive movement. So I did 1 set, and then I did 10-yard bursts. 3 sets again, and then after that I went straight back and I did another set of 12 reps of the jumping lunges, and then I went to 3 sets of 15-yard bursts. So I would burst out as fast as I could for 15 yards, and then I would walk back. I did another set of the jumping lunges, so 6 jumps each leg, 12 total, and then I finished with just 2 sets of a 20-yard burst. So I would just sprint out as fast as I could for 20 yards. I call this one the star drill. And it's pretty simple. You just kind of make like a 5 yards each direction and then have a center cone. And this is all my 5 essential speed and agility drills. And it's really just about just working on forward, backwards, shuffling to the side, shuffling back to the center, change the direction. Just a really good plyometric drill that I really like. So I just did 2 sets of this. And then after that, I went to my final thing, which was just finish with just 30 good crosses. And as you can see, I'm aiming right down the middle in that same spot every single time. And I was really happy with all of my 30 crosses.
So just finished the dribbling and plyometric session, and I finished with a little bit of crossing at the end, just with the right foot. A little thing about plyometrics though, I'm only planning on doing it like 1 or 2 days a week, just because honestly that's my strength. My strength is speed, agility, quickness, explosiveness. Not many people can beat me in a sprint down the line. And it's not to be cocky, but I know my strengths and my weaknesses. That being said, my weakness is like my first touch, my crossing, my passing, and I know I need to work on that. So I want to spend majority of my time out here working on my weakness. That doesn't mean that I'm never going to do plyometrics or weightlifting, because I always think that you should try to improve your strengths, but focus on improving your weaknesses. For example, if you're not very strong, and that's the thing that's limiting your game, that you think you're getting pushed around too much, then you should focus on getting stronger in the gym. If you think that your first touch and your shooting is what's holding you back, then you should focus on your first touch and shooting. It's always about focusing and improving your weakness the most, and then working to also improve the other areas of your game. Also, my total time lifting was about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and total time at the field was 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I guess somebody changed my Wikipedia page to say that I signed with the Seattle Sounders. That's not true. I didn't change it. Somebody I think is just messing around. You know, I don't really appreciate it that much that people are messing around with that stuff, just because signing with teams is a pretty serious thing. I don't know, it's funny, but at the same time, this is my job. I do take my job very seriously, so I don't want rumors and stuff going around like that. So if you did that, you know, it's okay, but just don't mess around with that stuff anymore. Anyway, I'm about to head home right now and eat some lunch. I'm pretty hungry. So I do want to like vent a little bit, because I am pretty upset, and you don't usually see me very upset. Usually I'm a pretty happy and goofy guy, but just the whole fact of joking around that I'm making it to the MLS, I don't think is very funny. I am probably overreacting, but I just want to share my real feelings all the time. And I don't think it's funny, because I don't think me making it to the MLS or signing with the MLS team is something to joke about. I don't think it's something to laugh about. That's my biggest goal in life. That's what I want to do with my entire life. This is my job. And I take it very, very seriously, to the point where I might be taking it too seriously. So I know it is a joke, but I just don't like that, because it's just about someone joking around with your dreams and ambitions. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just a little upset. I mean, it's okay. I forgive whoever did that, and I know it, and I 100% understand that it was just a joke. But a lot of people in my life have told me that I can't do something, or have joked that I can't go D1, and they've been laughing at me when I try to tell them my dreams and my ambitions. And it just kind of hits like that spot in me where it's like, it's motivating, it's fuel for fire, and I've just been told I can't do stuff a lot in my life, and making the MLS is something I've been told is impossible for me. And all it ever does is just make me work harder for that dream, for that goal. So I'm just gonna keep on working harder.